Hi everyone, this is another journal share. It's Jackie again, and this journal is a little bit different. This one it's still a soft cover, but it's 4 signatures. So you can see at the top here 4 signatures and some fluff. It's fairly plain, no tassels, or there's a few charms on the side but not many. This one has got, as I say, 4 signatures. It measures 5 3/4 by 7 3/4, and I think it worked out that it's got 144 pages counting fronts and backs. A seam binding closure, and it's a sort of linen-y type furnishing fabric, and I've used it on the outside and on the inside covers, so that's a bit different but works quite well, I think. This inside the front cover, there's a lace pocket. I haven't put a load of stuff in this journal. There's lots of space for you to add, whatever you want. I've put some lace on the edge of the front page of each signature, and I've used a combination of scrapbook paper, coffee dyed paper, there's quotes, more scrapbook paper. I haven't coffee dyed everything. Music, there's pockets here decorated with the Tim Holtz paper dolls, a little motif, and there's a little bit of gold stuff. I don't know what that is, some curly stuff I happen to have. And I just put that under the pictures just to add a bit of sparkle and a bit of bling. I've used Edith Holden. I've used some vintage ledger paper, just some very straightforward ephemera in here. There's the Tim Holtz ephemera there. Butterflies in the middle of each signature. This is quite old. I think these 1930s maybe, in that tuck spot. And this is a inventory tag which I've just decorated with some stamps. Beside the Edith Holdens, a flip out. On this page there's a glassine envelope with some vintage playing card in there. It's a journal card, and the first little charm is a star. This is another handmade journal card on there, and a vintage tea card. And then we've got a flower fairy and a small tag, which obviously you could decorate that more if that's what you wanted to do. And then the other signatures follow a very similar pattern. Another flower fairy, a bit more of that blingy stuff. That's a little envelope. This is Tim Holtz ephemera. It's the Edith Holden. Bit more there. Little corner tuck. Tried to make him so it looks as if he was leaning on that card, but can't do it now. And this is a butterfly charm on there. This is a vintage excuse me, I've got a cold. This is a vintage postcard. It's to dear Ethel, wishing you a very happy birthday, love from Aunt Lizzie. It's quite pretty, and that's in that tuck spot. And this is just a die cut tag. Another tea card, and a little decorated inventory tag again. And then the third signature, much the same, glassine bag there with some of those tea cards in. This time I've used a rose. That's on card, so it's quite stiff. On Tim Holtz pack, little tag, another of those die cut tags, the Edith Holden page in this one. This is a vintage playing card, children's playing card with a little button dangle. Another rose card and another garment tag. And then the final signature, you can see there's an awful lot of space for writing and adding your own pictures and ephemera in here. I think this is I think that might be a Mrs. Cog image. That's a Mrs. Cog image as well. This is a vintage library card. I've added the stamp onto that. And this is just some paper that you might want to use as background. It's paper that I've sort of plasticised, tears quite easily and is really nice behind an image. You can also see an image through it if you put it on the front. This time I've got a little hand and another of these tags decorated up here with a little baby tag and some scraps of lace. And that's the last page, which, you know, I've picked the papers to match the fabric. So this one will also be going into the Etsy shop shortly, if you're interested in that. But thank you for looking anyway, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.